What up, YouTube? What it do? What's going on, Facebook?
Facebook.
Let's see if IG is trying to join the party. IG is not trying to join the party.
Neither is Facebook.
Facebook just got bumped in 30 seconds, it says. I'm in here. I see me slightly glitching, moving slow, but the flames look saucy. Welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube. Come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10 because hot dog it's Floating Yogi's book club and we about to go in. And this is the time for you to get settled in, to grab yourself a drink. Maybe that's some tea, maybe it's a little bit of coffee because you like a little coffee with your tea, if you feel me. Just good tea though, not the drama stuff. We growing and learning over here. Anyway, it's gonna get us a few more moments to get everybody else in the room. So stay tuned. Alright, IG is not trying to join. We're gonna bypass that and just use the other media. And just get started here. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods. As I always say, come on in, invite a friend. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because it's Floating Yogi's book club, and we about to go in. So this is that time to do exactly that, to get settled in. Like I said, grab your tea, grab your snacks. Maybe it's dinner time. Who knows? Whatever it is, get what you got to get settled in so we can invite a few more friends so we can get this thing on and popping. You feel me? You feel me, Noggin? With that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome. What up, GZ Galaxy? What up, my bird? Tijuanos, Tris McGiss. Come on through, my dude. You gotta hit the Zoom room. You already here. You gotta slide to the Zoom room, uedc.com. And the sign up is free. What up, Brent? The sign up is free 99 and it gives you access to all the things we got going on, yo. And everything's in there, from the workshops that we got coming out for meditation, for breath work, how to expand our practice, different techniques to include into our practice so we can take things to the next level. So now, with that being said, I'm about to invite some folk in. So come on, you do the same thing so we can get this thing on and popping, right? I got a fun one for you today. One of my guys, Yoga, one of the people who helps me help me do what I do. My dude DJ Tony, he's part of the crew from Yoga U. What? Oh my God. This flow so smooth. Is this recorded? Good Lord. He been rocking with the sun salutations recently, and I'm excited for him. He been rocking with the sun sals recently, and I have seen, and I got some questions. I got some questions for him. I got parts of a book that I'm gonna read and see what reads for him, what resonates, right? Oh my gosh, I'm getting to all the folk that need this right now. Good Lord, in the list, this is it right here. Good gracious, I done hit the peak. Everybody right here. All right. Now I'm done. Okay. So, as I was saying before, my homie Yoga, who just came in this jump, he's been helping me for what? You going on what, Tony? Like 2 years?
Yep.
We've been rocking for like 2 years, working on breath work, meditation, connecting with other people, business, chopping it up, and just growing. Because that's what we do. If it ain't about growth, it ain't about me. So he finally was like, you know what, I got it. I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to do some I'm gonna jump into the sun salves. My wrist is better. I'm in that space. Let's go.
Jump back into
Jump
him because I
back.
was on him before for a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you for the correction because he was. These are facts. I don't want to downplay it. He was on him before. So he wanted to jump back into it. And y'all already know my thing is the Ashtanga Yoga practice. And my favorite mats that I use are these Lifeform mats, yo. They are slip resistant. These are saucy. Like, boom. This is the deep purple jump. You see all the extra marks in it? That's because it's been worn and weared out. And guess what? It's still slip resistant. So I encourage you to get your lessons on the mat.
I got a question.
And we can figure out how to take them off the mat. Talk to me.
I got a question. Are yoga mats supposed to feel tiny? Like, I always feel like I'm about to fall off. Like, is that a part of the practice? Or is it just made for petite people?
Well, maybe you should try one of these Lifeform mats, and they'll be large enough for you because, you know,
They got XLs?
They do have XLs, and I don't even think you need one.
Ooh.
I don't need an XL. I get on the XL, and
yeah, but you
that
bendy,
joint is-
straight. You Gumby.
I feel like a bitch. I'm gonna call it how I say. I get on the XLs, and I'm like, all right. I feel like I gotta be extra just to justify me being here.
I was about to say, otherwise you just feel silly.
Yeah.
Like, why do I even have this?
Welcome, Wandering Flow. If y'all want to be part of the Zoom room, if you want to be part of the Discord, Pay Yoga, drop the link. You can sign up. It is a free situation, and all of our services are free services, virtual classes, meditation, breath work, all of that is offered on there. And it's a way to stay in touch if anything were to happen to these social media outlets. If they were to fail, you know, we still have a way to access this pool of knowledge of all these people who come together to piece it together. Speaking of another person who helped me be me, help me do what I do, my dude Brent just came in. He's part of the crew too. If for your SEO needs, your website development, your digital assets, flyers, all those fun things, he can get you together. So I always preach the Ashtanga Yoga method, the 8 limbs of yoga, and it's a system. So he started the sun salves, and I was like, my Tuesday night class has turned into like a beginner's in-person hodgepodge of a Mysore mixed with a book club, mixed with we just chopping it up and actually taking some of these lessons off of the mat, and it's been impactful, and this book has really been speaking to people. Kino MacGreggors jump. I encourage you to just check out her stuff. She got tons of stuff online. Like, boom. I'm not getting paid for this one, but you know, it's dope. So I want to read a couple parts of it, just little bits and pieces, and see what resonates with you. If you have anything that you have like a discipline with, maybe it's like a sport, maybe it's the gym, bodybuilding, who knows? But you have a discipline, maybe some of these things like cross-pollinate, cross-correlate, you know what I mean? So if they do, jump in, let's chop it up. Right? It's a great book. Let me know that how far? We gonna read the intro. I'm gonna drop something for you. All right, let's see. And this is, as I put in the description, this is a way to take the practice a little bit deeper beyond just the physical movements. Like, oh, I'm flexing. Oh, I went through the sun salutations. Okay, great. Now that I have it memorized and I can flow through it, what is the mind doing? I can now focus on my mind while I give my body a task and see how the mind starts to interrupt and interplay with the body. Or the task that our spirit, our will, is putting on the body. If we can figure out these like disconnects in such a simple space, just imagine it when things get complex. We can figure out how to reroute, how to take a step back, and how to manage ourselves in those moments. All right, moving forward. And also, I don't necessarily agree with everything that she says about the practice, and of course, I'm gonna voice my opinion. But we gonna rock, we gonna ride. All right, practical guidelines for yoga practice. Ashtanga is a vigorous, I do not agree, sweat-producing style of yoga that purifies your body from the inside out. I do agree with the second part of that. I don't necessarily agree that it has to be vigorous. I believe that's the mentality people put behind it. Doing it in a vigorous way isn't always necessarily healing or therapeutic. Creating intensity, creating heat, creating those tapas, that spiritual pressure, that spiritual intensity, yes. But, we're just talking semantics here. We're just having a good time. Moving forward, 3 points of attention that create the foundation for the practice. The yoga pose, asanas, yogic breathing techniques, and a specific gaze point for each movement. So we got the breath, the gaze, and the posture. What is the structure, that image, that point of focus that we do in the point of focus meditation, the SIF? What is that? What shape is that in? Breath. Where is the breath going in that shape? And the gaze. Where are we looking? The eyes are literally the doorway to the. It's the window for the mind. So the more that we can see with these two physical eyes, the more the mind has to process, and the more correlations that it creates and makes for things. So then it starts running. You see what I'm saying? So if we just close the eyes, we again limit the input, the stimuli, and we're like, oh, I get a better understanding of how I'm feeling. That's why when we're trying to park, we turn down the radio. Moving forward. Let's see. These poses are arranged sequentially so that each pose builds on the previous one in ever-increasing levels of difficulty. Ideally, you should learn one pose at a time directly from a teacher. I agree. If you are practicing on your own, it is important that you give yourself time to learn the full sequence slowly, rather than jumping ahead of yourself, ahead in poses that look like they're fun, or trying to do all the poses at once. I agree. However, I am the type of person that, I'm gonna let you feel what you're gonna feel. You that's what you want. You want that.
Experimentation. Curiosity leads to knowledge, and the scientific method is really fuck around and find out.
And the more you fuck around, the more you find out.
You find out. That's really the scientific method. You think something, you check to see if it's true. You fuck around, you find out.
So, so I've had a few people, even over this weekend we did it, but I had a few people who said oh, I don't know if I'm ready for the whole sequence, but they put a lot of intentionality and a lot of focus and seriousness into what they're doing. And sometimes them just going through the whole thing and just seeing how maybe close to these poses that they didn't think they could do, that they are, or maybe seeing how hilarious they look trying some of them, just lets them take it a little bit easier, and it relaxes them. So it's not necessarily a right or wrong thing, but I do agree with what she's saying to create a standard. And I think that creating a standard and creating a tradition is important, because then we know where we're deviating from, and we don't get lost along our journey. You see what I'm saying? So, like how she says, one pose at a time, with someone to instruct you, so we have a pair of eyes outside of ourselves, because a lot of times we think we know what's right for us and what's best for us. Meanwhile, we can't even put ourselves in a stand. We can't even stand straight. We can't even hold our arms out and then touch a nose and come back. A little bodily movement, can't even squat. So, you will have the best result if you build your healing practice from the beginning to end and allow yourself to become acclimated to each new movement, and place careful emphasis on breathing deeply rather than on the perfection of physical form. I'm going to say that part again, that important part. Allow yourself to become acclimated to each new movement and place careful emphasis on the breathing deeply rather than on the perfection of the physical form. Because the more the breath is comfortable, the more the spirit is comfortable, then the body's going to fall into the alignment. You're going to be like, oh, my knee's bent. Let me just straighten my leg. It doesn't feel like it's taking effort. Sometimes we need to create those tapas, that spiritual pressure, that spiritual intensity, that heat. We need to purify and burn through some of these stagnant energies. We need to heat it up and make a solid liquid and melt it. Do you feel me? You picking up what I'm putting down? All right. Hey, what up? Yeah, hey, what up, Pat? Yo, welcome. If y'all want to be part of the Zoom room, if you want to be part of the Discord, I highly encourage you to sign up on the UE website, uedc.com. It's a nonprofit. UE, we are restructuring how we see health and wellness in the community, bringing the power of healing and evolution back to the individual, one healthy habit at a time. Come on, join the crew. What else is there? And we're reading Kino MacGreggors' book, The Power of Ashtanga Yoga. Dun, dun, dun.
I went ahead and dropped that title and author in the comment section if anybody wants it. Also, the link for the Zoom room and to sign up and make an account and be a part of the crew.
Yeah, right? All right. And again, we're reading on ways to just get a little bit deeper into the practice, how to take the practice off of the mat, the things that we learn, the mindfulness that we build, the body awareness that we build, the spatial awareness that we build. How can we transfer that to the day-to-day life? Sometimes we just got to learn why we're doing what we're doing, and we can figure that out for ourselves, because I ain't trying to tell y'all shit. I'm just, we just chopping it up, having a good time. All right, moving forward. Yeah, there's the link. All right. Ashtanga Yoga is more than an exercise routine. It's a body awareness technique that helps you experience deeper levels of peace, increased energy, better health, and greater happiness. At all stages of your yoga journey, remember to listen to your body and respect your limitations, whether they are physical, mental, or emotional. The inner journey cannot be rushed, and one of yoga's greatest lessons is that of the patience and acceptance. If you are in extreme discomfort at any time, relax and back off a little. It at no point said come out. It says relax. Step 1, back off.
What's the difference in back off and come out?
Boom. Let's say this is my pose.
There is some overlap with what I'm trying to say, right? Like, you can't just be like,
I got you.
Okay.
This is me not relaxed. I'm trying to get deeper. I'm searching, I'm seeking. And this is the physical I'm seeking. I'm trying to find a way to move my shoulders so I can twist a little more. Maybe I need to straighten up my back. Relax. And back off. Let it slouch a little. Maybe pull the elbow back. Maybe stay right where you're at. But the first thing you got to do is relax. When you relax, you can feel where the most tension is coming from, where the most holding is going on, and you can release. Relax. G and I, we got a saying, she'd be like, sit down and shut up. It's a little bit more explicit than that, but we're gonna rap about that in the Zoom room. So come on, be part of the Zoom room. Anyway, moving forward. Let me get a little sip of water. And as I always say, come on in, invite a friend, daggone it. Matter of fact, invite about 10, because you already know that we going in. And this is the intro. Alright, we back at it. Little If you're in extreme discomfort at any time, relax and back off a little. Knowing that you have an eternity to learn exactly what you need to learn. You should never experience pain in your joints when you're practicing yoga. We had a conversation with people who were like, my body was sore, so I didn't want to do it. What? So you're just going to keep the lactic acid in your muscles instead. Oh, to make it hurt more and to be more lethargic and more prone to muscle tears. And okay, that's what you want to do. That sounds horrible. It sounds horrible. It does. But it's your decision and it's your life, and that's fine. But let me continue reading and see if there's any scientific reason that we should practice. And that, again, maybe it's not practicing it up that perceived 100%. If you only have 40 and you give that 40%, that's 100% of what you have. You still have a life to maintain. You still have things to do. But give what you can. Step one is show up. All right. You should never experience pain in your joints when you practice yoga. At the same time, you want to challenge yourself just enough to expand your consciousness and transform your body. If you're a total beginner, you can expect to experience little muscle soreness after trying these poses for the first time. That's normal. She's probably under-exaggerating a little soreness. She's under-exaggerating. You're going to feel sore. Like, you just did some of those spastic motions at the gym that they be doing on the ropes and stuff. Yeah, like one of them, just hitting in all places. After trying these poses for a while, that's normal. So allow yourself to enjoy the feeling of working your body in a safe, tested, and proven way. I like that part. Just allow yourself to enjoy the feeling of working your body in a safe, tested, and proven way. Just stick to it. Yeah, here's some more overview about the practice and about the book. Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't necessarily matter at this moment. That's just a breakdown of the book. Yeah, now moving forward, we're going to go to the theory. I'm not reading all that. It's excerpts. Alright, getting started with Ashtanga Yoga, history and tradition. Is this where I wanted to start? Yeah. Well, the spiritual benefits of yoga are central to this ancient path. The physical aspect is what draws most students. It's certainly true practicing yoga leads to better health, less stress, and happier, more peaceful mind. But while it may be tempting to think of yoga as merely another exercise routine, its real healing benefits come from its integrated approach to work with the body and mind. Modern research has discovered what the yoga tradition of India has known and relied on for thousands of years. The mind and body are a united continuum. In fact, they are one continuum. The body may be viewed as the physical expression of the mind and spirit. Thus, when you think and act in a habitual way, thought patterns take root in the mind and translate into physical conditions of the body. You with me? Put a yes in the chat, a Y in the chat, put like a peace sign in the chat if you with me. No, not a peace sign. The Jyan Mudra. Yes. Put it in the chat if you with me. Yes.
A what?
The Jyan Mudra.
How? What type of emoji is that?
Pointer finger and thumb touch. Pinky ring and middle extend. This jump. Yeah. Go and put one of them. It's in there. It's on iPhones too if you whack. I mean, it's on iPhones too. Yeah. There we go. What up, Pat? Pat. Come on in.
Yes.
Come on in. There we go. There we go. All right. Chronic stress. I like how she worded that. You know, I'm a word person. I really like a nice set of good words. But she said, the body may be viewed as the physical expression of the mind and spirit. The spirit, the intention, that what we choose, that the mind sees and pays attention to and goes back to, and then from that mind that accumulated those experiences, what emotions does it create within the body? Oh my gosh. I like how she's showing this as a continuum. It's like a situation for my mind. Chronic stress, unhealthy eating habit patterns, patterns, low cardiovascular function, low immune function, prolonged feelings of anxiety, and many other conditions associated with a modern lifestyle can be treated and healed with a regular yoga practice. Yoga poses work to literally change the mind's established patterns, replacing negative networks and pathways in the brain with healthy, happy patterns. Bending and moving the body in new ways encourages the mind to operate in a manner that is conducive to long-term well-being. You rocking with me? Okay. Let me know if we're getting too deep. If we're getting too deep, let me know. I'm going to put it up, and I got this book for Jumi on chakras that I can bring out. I might not even have to pick up the book. I got it up here. Baby has 7 chakras.
Maybe elaborate on that for people that aren't aware of like what the power of creating one healthy habit can do to change other habits that you have, you know, like.
Ooh, I love that question. One healthy habit can give us the inspiration to actually get up and to continue. It can give us the inspiration to believe in ourselves and know that we can stick with one thing and actually achieve it. That we don't actually make excuses. It is infectious in a great way. One healthy habit is an easy way, a manageable way, and maybe we start adding 2, but don't do too many. Don't do too many. Just one at a time. Once you get good at that, I say get good at it for 3 months until you don't even think about it no more. Till when you don't do it, you're kind of like, why didn't I do that? What? Something's off today. Then get back on your routine and add one more. Add one more habit. Whatever it is. Mine was like pull-ups till failure in the morning. And my practice. And my biking. Yeah. If it ain't about growth, it ain't about me. Right? Right? Fist in the chat. I'm with that. Come on now. Yeah. Alright, moving forward. And I like how it's still using the concept of the body and mind as a continuum. Bending the body encourages the mind to operate in a manner that's different. Maybe they talk about how the joints are just different ways of thinking, and the ways that joints move are ways that the mind can move in those manners. And they're based on beliefs. I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking things that make total sense.
Nah, that's the truth, man. There's something to that.
Let's see, what else is Kino dropping bars about here? Oh, and if you haven't already, go follow UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. Go and follow them on social media, on all of them Jones, on YouTube, on Facebook. Check out our Discord server where you can chat with us throughout the day and rap about some of the meditation things that are going on. You can keep track of your daily meditation. How long have you been meditating with us? You might have the app, the Insight Timer app. Yeah, but how long you been rapping with us? How long we been growing together? I mean, that's meaningful, right? Anyway, moving forward. The mere practice of the asana has a healing effect. Forward bends purify the midsection of the body and any excess fatty tissue to help optimize digestive function. Twisting the torso wrings out the body like a towel from the inside, encouraging the digestive system to work more efficiently and facilitating the removal of stored weight. The gentle pressing of the organs helps any accumulated toxins find their way out of the body. The combination of cleansing poses and deep breathing increases the body's capacity to renew itself. The breath acts like another mechanism for the removal of old toxins and waste material while calming and clarifying the body. Another way that we remove waste from our body. So, we fart, we poo, we pee. What else? We sweat.
Spit.
We spit.
Snot.
Snot.
Our words sometimes.
Ooh, You getting more metaphysical. You getting into the metaphysical with that. Accepted. We breathe. The one we do the most. The carbon dioxide that comes out of our body. We have a balance in our body between carbon dioxide and air. And when we have more carbon dioxide, what you think happening? On the transverse side, though, if we have more oxygen, what you think happened? Sometimes that can be too stimulating.
Sound like a challenge to me.
Hey, that's when you doing the Kapalabhati breathing, the breath of fire.
Oxygen bars.
Then you just hit that joint like,
Oxygen bar, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, facts. All right. Deep breathing has a direct effect on the nervous system. Part of the magic of the yoga practice stems from its resilience on the power of the breath regulation. While performing the asanas, you are mindful of your breath and regulate it carefully using specific techniques that lengthen and deepen your breathing. That is all every sport is at the base. Moving your body and breathing, having the energy to keep up, the focus to keep up, because focus is energy. Try focusing when you're sleepy. A long, slow, steady breath is associated with a relaxation response. A mind-body state associated with health and healing. I support these thoughts. We ain't even get into the chunks yet. Ooh, I just wanted to read a little bit of that. Okay, let's see. Listening to the wisdom of your body. Yeah, dang, she condenses this so well. So well. All right, listening to the wisdom of your body. Yoga poses give you a chance to access the spiritual through the physical. This process of internal awakening makes it possible for a dedicated practitioner to excavate layers of themselves from each physical pose presents an opportunity to heal the body and train the mind through practice. Yogis develop a more deeply attuned way of living, being, and acting. Yoga is a sanctuary where you learn to listen to your body, blah, 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 blah. Paying careful attention and sensing the inner body allows yoga practitioners a daily opportunity for reflection. By regularly tuning into this internal level, yogis become increasingly aware of the alignment or misalignment of their actions in daily life. You're more present, you're more focused, you're more attentive. So kind of like you kind of feel time a little bit more intensely. So hopefully you have a good mind, because that's how folk go crazy. And that's for everything. Come on. Don't try to, oh, it's the demon, blah, 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 blah. Don't try to demon me.
One of the many ways folks go crazy.
You said one of the what?
One of the many ways folks go crazy.
One of the many ways folks go crazy.
I mean, going back to the last book we just read, it's like tuning yourself out of the world dream a little bit and tuning yourself more into your dream, you know? And it's just sort of, it's like just the power shifts a little bit, you know, when you change your perspective, son.
Yeah. And this is all the perspective of shifting the power back into your own hands, into what you can control. So, yeah, 1,000%. The body's wisdom lies in its pervasive truthfulness, and the yogi's wisdom lies in the willingness to listen to the body's sometimes superior sense of itself. It clearly reveals its physical and spiritual story. Through years of dedicated practice, students of yoga learn to distinguish true inner messages from fanciful whims and desires. They learn to walk a delicate tightrope between healthy guidance and destructive old habits that are hard to change. 1,000,000%. Fine tightrope. Doesn't necessarily mean you completely stage something off. Doesn't mean that, oh, I now no longer touch. I was a video game addict. I now no longer touch video games. This is my affirmation to myself in the morning. No, I won't do it. Oh, no, it's none of that. You know, like, nah. You'd be like, damn, nah, I lost 2 hours today. I only had an hour dedicated to play games, but I did 2. Okay, we're gonna keep it on track. We only had 1 today. What do we need to make up, and how are we gonna plan for this so we don't go overboard next time? It used to be 8. I used to play for 8 hours. Now I'm playing for 2. There's growth, there's progress, there's clearly something happening through there. Is it perfect? No, but is perfection the journey? I mean, the destination? No. Progress is. And as long as I'm feeling good about the progress, especially as long as it reflects in those around me as well, shit, shut the hell up. I'm moving forward. So yeah, years of dedicated practice, you can learn to distinguish the true inner messages from fanciful whims and desires. I wanted to speak on that a little bit because I know a lot of times where I hear people want to start something or do something, and then the dream goes to like the most extreme, and it's more so getting lost in the way that something exciting feels and talking about it as opposed to acting on it. And sometimes I've seen that sometimes people, even myself, have gotten lost in the way that the excitement of the way it feels, and not following through with the things that I'm talking about. So I started, like the last book, starting to become more intentional with my words. So then I only speak on the things that I'm actually going to do. Not saying that I'm not going to talk about ideas, but I do my best not to talk about it in the present tense as if I'm working on it as much as I am the other things that I'm giving my attention to. I'm prioritizing it in my mind and speaking that priority. It's great. No, this is great. This is a good idea. I can put it on the back burner. Maybe this is something I start in 2 years because I can see that this starts here and this goes there. And there's some things that I can do to start to bring it in year 1 because this year I got a lot going on. It might be months, it might be weeks, but years just made it easier in my mind this time to explain. Hey, welcome, y'all. Go on, give me a follow if you ain't already following me. I'm the Floating Yogi. This is Floating Yogi's book club brought to you by Yogi, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education, where we're restructuring health and wellness in the community, one healthy habit at a time. So we read Kino MacGreggors' book, The Power of Ashtanga Yoga. Dope book. I'm not gonna lie to you. You really only gonna get it for like the first 60 pages or something. And then the rest is like, a teacher's stuff or individual, it's a good book. I encourage you to get it, read it, support people. My book gonna be coming out eventually. You see, I said that right. Moving forward.
Yeah.
West Coast rider, coming right behind you, should've never worked with me. Okay. So I had some folk asking me and talking about and sending me videos about yoga being all demonic, yoga being new age spirituality, and instead of trying to combat them individually, we could just read some of the ancient origins of yoga poses and see if that talks about worshiping devils and gods and stuff. And if it does, how it's associated to religion. That's the more important part. Not what it's worshiping, not what it's doing, not what you're doing, but how is it associated to religion? Because that's where the conflict can come in. Different beliefs, right? Let's read. To understand how the asanas are part of the true spiritual tradition rather than merely a fitness routine, you will need at least some knowledge of the historic tradition of asana as a spiritual practice in India. The earliest known reference to yoga is found in the Pashupati seals, which were used by the Indus Valley civilization more than 3,000 years ago. These seals depict human forms in yogic-like poses, similar to Baddha Konasana, the butterfly jump, and Mula Bandha Panasana. It was some seated poses. They was doing some seated